All right, and a quick sound check. Cool. All right, let's get set up. Welcome to another show of Corvid Coder. This is the show where I code things such as games and stuff, and then people can watch and people can interact and more or less, learn from watching me code it. So you can find my streams if you go to the Patreon page, patreon.com/DannyFritz. There's a YouTube link for all previous videos. There is a GitHub link for all the code that we're doing. And there's also a Twitch and some other GitHub code examples from me. Today I want to do profilers and debug. So I want to kind of work on our debug library some more. So let's go ahead and get going with that. So let's see here. Let's move the commander. Let's go into Nuthatch. Let's put Adam here. Let's move this window over here. Okay. Let's go ahead and open up two of them. So we're going to have one that's going to do npm run dev. The other one is going to go into Nuthatch and do npm run test. Okay, so debug is what I'm going to want to be working on right now. So our debug library doesn't really do much. Maybe it has 3 levels of logs: info, warn, and error. Yeah. Oh, actually, there's another one. There's debug, info, warn, and error, but our Chrome by default filters out debug level ones. So let's keep that there for now, just so we can see it. Okay. So the 2 things I said I wanted to work on was, well, I guess I should have said debug and profiler. So let's do the easy one first. I want to do an assert. So I'm going to look at my to-do. So in my to-do, so here's my debug stuff I want. I want documentation, logger, assert, and profiler. So assert's really easy. Basically, all an assert is, it's a way for me to write a test that is very, very easy. One of the reasons why I like it better than a test runner, for games especially, is that it sits alongside my code. I don't have like a separate test file that has like some tests in it. It literally sits in my code. And then ideally later we could do like a debug thing where if we set to like a production mode, it would just take out all the asserts. And then if it wasn't production mode, the asserts would still be in there. So I have a to-do here for assert right now. So I believe it's going to look something like this. I've never written an assert before. I've only used it. So assert, it's going to take in a test and a message. Test is a Boolean. I kind of want to see if there's a better word than test, but that'll work for now. So if test, if not test, throw new error message. And that's it. I believe that's it. That should be it. Yep, let's export it. So I don't see any reason why we need anything more complex than this for right now. Oh. And let's do a default error. Assert, template the roles, assert, error, message. Okay, so let's go test it out. We're also going to, in addition to the logger, cat's trying to get out the window again. Assert. So let's just assert true and say this shouldn't assert. Nothing happened. And then assert false and this should error. That's not two periods. There we go. Uncaught error. Assert error. This should error. Cat, you can't go through windows. Glass is harder than your claws. Okay. I'm wondering if I should throw it or if I should just console.error it. I kind of want it to kill the whole application. You really should kill the whole application. Like, you really should just console error. I just don't like this uncaught error thing, but I guess that's fine. Let's catch it. Let's do logger.error. Error, assert error. That already makes me want to change this. Because I don't like this. I wonder if this would look okay. Just error, assert. Yeah, because this doesn't come from anything I'm doing. It's literally coming from console.error. Let's assert error. I mean, I suppose this is good. Okay. Okay. And if I pull this out again, uncaught error, assert error. So error is there no matter what. So when I do it this way, it doesn't kill all the script, so I can write more stuff after here. So that's assert. So we should do like 1 + 1 = 2. 1 + 1 = 3. This should be an assertion error. This shouldn't be an assertion. Assert error. Oh, wait a second. Can I do something like class assert error extends error? Constructor, well, I'll probably leave the constructor off. I'm going to say assert error. Ooh. I can class my errors. Assert error. This should be an assert error. So, oh yeah. Okay, so I just extended error to have another one called assert error. That doesn't change anything but the name of it. So I can throw a new assert error. Okay, so to do assert is done. I'm not going to export this. You shouldn't be able to use this outside of assert. Okay. Let's work on the profiler now. Yeah, that's exactly what I want. I'm going to check real quick to see if like test is really the best name I can think of. Try test. Let's see what they put in their documentation. API, assert. Well, expression to test. Expression. Kind of makes sense because this is an expression. We're going to say Boolean expression. I really don't want you passing in anything other than Booleans. And then a message. And it's a type of string, and it defaults to error. Or just say fail. Insertion error. I guess blank. Just leave it blank. Let's try it. So if I don't say anything, what happens? It just says assert error, and there's points at test line 17. So one thing I'm curious about is, can I throw an error here without this being the stack trace? Throw JavaScript error modify stack trace. So I really like the stack trace to be in the original location, not here. Although it seems really dirty if I modify it. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna modify it. That would be really, really dirty. So let's work on this profiler. So the idea of a profiler is we have them built into here. So there is a chance that nothing we build here will be as good as the one built into Chrome. However, the one that's built into Chrome tends to be very, very heavy-handed, so I almost wonder if a lighter weight one would be nice, one that we can control 100% of the internals of. So let me run this one just so we can have an idea of what a profiler does. Graphics would be a good one to do it on. So let's turn off screenshots. Let's turn off memory. Let's just try to make it look as close to like a normal profiler. Let's record. That's good. Stop. Maybe a game is better to look at. Like a sprite animation. Let's record this. Stop it. Okay, so this is a profiler more or less, and what I'm usually curious about is a single frame. What does it look like? So these are the frames. This is a frame, 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 frame. So I really want to know if I looked at an individual, very individual frame, how much time was spent doing each thing. So I can see like 0.63 milliseconds was spent doing my RAF. And then point 3 was doing the function call for runtime, and then a draw, and then a sprite. These colors are interesting. Why green? Why pink? Why yellow? Is it just the file it comes from? I don't know. These colors are a little bit arbitrary, but so it spent 0.14 milliseconds inside of sprite. Spent these aren't exclusive, these are mutually inclusive of each other. You should be able to self-time. So it spent 0 seconds inside of draw, spent 0.14 milliseconds inside of sprite, 0 inside of tick, 0.21 inside of runtime, and then 0.27 milliseconds inside of raf. So, oh man, 0.2. So tiny, tiny, tiny. It's funny that like Chrome just sat around on this frame for 26 milliseconds, and I only took like 0.6 milliseconds. Like, what was it doing here? Nothing. Okay. So I'd kind of like to get these into my terminal here instead of kind of sitting around here where I have to like record it and everything. So let's just see what it does. Also, it depends on the browser. Not every browser is going to have Chrome's profiler. So things that I need in order for this to work. I need a notion of a start frame. This is more complicated than I'm thinking it is. But basically, if I went into, we'll say, sprite animation, I looked at this file, I want to be able to do stuff like inside draw. I'm curious how long this part takes. So I call it profiler dot start. It'd be like setup graphics, and then I'd say profiler dot end setup graphics, and then inside of that I could nest one even. Transform, and then I would end it. So I would say I'm starting a profiler and setup graphics and ending it here, but inside of there I was also doing one on transform. So I can see how long it takes for transform, how long it takes for setup graphics, things like that. And I would want it to know some notion of like transform is inside of setup graphics, so then I could like do something like click on setup, like it should create a tree more or less of all the times it took. And I could do the whole self-time, full-time thing, like just like what the Chrome one's doing. I guess this is all I need. I can't help but feel like I need something like profiler. I need like a root one, start root, and then profiler, something like this. Like a special one that starts the whole thing off. Yeah, but maybe I don't. Maybe I don't need that. Maybe I can manage the stack. So let's erase all this. But that's kind of what I'm getting at. Yeah, I guess I can manage that sort of stack. Just if there's one that is currently active, put it inside of there. Okay. So let's pull it into here. Profiler, const profiler equals new profiler. Profiler dot start graphics, we'll say profiler dot start. We'll say something like It doesn't really matter. Update sprite, and then we'll say set timeout. Profiler, profilter, I keep typing profilter, .end, update sprite, after we'll say, like 1 second, and then we'll end graphics after we'll say 5 seconds. So right off the bat, this is probably going to crash, yeah. Uncaught type error, profiler start is not a function. Let's go create that. So start is a function, and it takes in a tag, which is a string, and there's going to be an end, which takes in a tag, which is a string. Okay, so now it's running but not doing anything. So I need some sort of dictionary here. Interface, profile, it's going to be a start date, end date. So I'm going to have this thing in here that's called like capture, and it's going to be a profile. Okay, let's see what TypeScript is screaming about, because I'm sure TypeScript is screaming about something. Okay, so public property capture. Capture is declared but never used. Tag is declared but never used. Okay. So we do need some sort of state machine. Like profile is not enough. It's going to be a profile or an array of profiles. No. So each profile is going to have its. Let's actually just name this. So interface tag is a string, or type tag is a string. So name is a tag, and then nested is going to be profile for those. Called snapshot. We'll have something called like tag stack. It's gonna be an array of tags. Oh, that's the type. It's going to start off as that, and this is going to start off as that. I guess this should be an array, actually. It's going to be a profile array. So this is going to be our collection of, it's going to be our tree of snapshots. So we can have nested profiles inside of our big profile. And this is going to be our current tag that we're in. So if I said something like graphics update sprite needs to know that it's inside of graphics. It's not a root level thing like graphics is, because graphics just kind of started when there was nothing else. So do I want this automagic intelligent start and end, or do I want to explicitly say push, pop, start, end? No, they really need to be automagic. Okay. So when you push a tag, and it's tag of type tag, not triangle. Okay. It's going to say tag stack dot push tag stack dot pop const. I guess I should verify that these equal each other. Yeah, I'll verify. If last tag does not equal tag, throw new error. End tag doesn't match last start tag. Okay. So this needs to be this dot and this dot. Okay, see where we're at. Okay. Okay, yep. So far this is working. So every time I push into this, I need to say snapshot.push tag start new date end is null. And nested is an empty array. Parameter tag public method from export class has or is using private name tag. Is it because these are the same name? Named it tag 2, would it be cool? Not gonna name it tag 2, I just want to see. No, okay. Oh, I see. We're going to say string. Otherwise, I have to export this. Well, let's export it. Let's keep it as a tag. Okay, argument of type tag string start date blah blah is not assignable to parameter of type profile. Okay, so I got the name, which is a tag. I have the start, which is a date. I have the end, which is a null. I have a nested, which is an array. Oh, tag. Okay, thank you TypeScript. I know there's a reason why I keep you around. Okay. Let's see what that's pushing into here. So we end up with a structure like this. So that's not correct. Oh, yeah, because I'm not doing the tag stack. So we end up with two snapshots, which is incorrect. They need to be nested inside of each other. But otherwise, tag graphics, tag update sprites, start. So otherwise it looks good. So let's get that nesting going. So it's going to be let profile equals this dot snapshot. So I need to loop through this as if it's kind of like a linked list, kind of. The weird thing is I don't really know how to find my first one because it's different than finding all the rest of them, I think. Maybe not. So let profile equals null. I really don't like this. Let's do a get profile. It's going to be private. So get profile is going to return a profile. Okay, so get profile. It's going to come in here and it's going to look at the tag stack. So let profiles equals this dot snapshot. This dot profiles. Then let profile equals this dot profiles. So that's not a profile. Yeah, the first one's different. Let's do a standard for loop. For this dot tag stack for each tag. Let's just console log t for now. Just going to see where I'm at. Graphics. Okay, so cannot set property start of undefined. Yeah, I'm not returning anything yet. So graphics comes in. So we need to do something like let profile equal a new object. Just let profile. Let's just say that. So profile equals this dot profiles. And we also have a let profile. Profile equals profiles dot find the first profile that p dot tag is equal to t. And then we'll console log profile. Undefined. Okay. So if no profile, or okay, so actually turn or tag or t tag to t, just name it tag start new date and null profiles empty. Tag is not tag. Okay. So now cannot read property push if undefined. So that's coming from 41 profiles. Let's see. Okay, so let's see what our profiles look like now. So we have a graphics, and we have an update sprite. So this isn't enough. I don't think these have any business being there. We call it set profile instead of get profile. I'll have a separate one for get profile. I'm actually gonna do this. I pass tag in, and then I push that on after I do it. So it takes in a tag, which is a tag. So we say profiles equals this.profiles, that profile. So this.tagstack.forEach tag console log the tag. Let's get rid of some of this. So the first, let's see where I'm on console logs. It's 59 and 55. 55, 59, okay. So there was no tag stack, so it just came back, it was undefined. And then this came from 59 the second time, okay. So after I do something like this, I need to say profiles equals profile.profiles. I'm going to change this back to T. We really shouldn't be creating anything in here, actually, so let's just delete that. First one comes in, it's undefined. So profiles should have never changed. So it should be profiles.push. We're going to push on tag, start, new date, end, null, and profiles empty array. I feel like the second one, this first one's never happening. Or this one's never happening. So we call that, and then we're supposed to call that, but I don't see it. Why is this possibly undefined? Oh. Can I just tell that it has to be so because TypeScript wasn't able to okay. That's what I get to do. Improve error message. I'm not going to improve the error message though until I can create better use or test cases to see what the error messages look like. Okay, let's see. Type undefined is not assignable to type profile. Oh, I don't return anything anymore. Why don't we ever get to the next line? Oh, it does go to the next line. Let's put those console logs back. I want to see what they look like on each end. Do I still have those breakpoints in there? Okay. Where did I console? Okay, so we have a profiles that has graphics, and inside of there we have an update sprite. Okay, cool. So now on end we just need to write get profile. So instead of what we're going to write an assert. If last tag does not equal tag, then throw an error. Okay. And then I need to do const profile equals this dot get profile for tag. Then it's going to be tag dot end equals new date. Okay. So now I need to write get profile, which I think is going to look pretty similar to this. So similar, in fact, that I'm probably going to delete most of this. Okay, so I don't need to do that. This is going to return a profile. So return profile. Let profile. I guess ordinal, or undefined, I mean. No, I just need to do an assert. Okay. So we're going to get the profile, we're going to set the new end, and then we're going to continue on our way. I guess I still do need to do this inside here, because this is optimizing for profiles. Get profile. It's not returning anything. I'm going to deal with that. So we're just going to say profile.end equals new date. Okay. Update sprite doesn't match update sprite. What? What did I write? Oh, assert that they're equal to each other. Okay. This that end profile is not a function. I'm going to change this to start profile. It's a little more clear what's going on. I'm going to remove these console logs. Okay. Line 54. So we're going to dive through the profiles. Okay, looks like this is good. So something more intelligent. I mean, this is all the information I need, but with something more intelligent, you can come in here and start figuring out a lot more information. This is exactly what I wanted. This is a tree view. Okay. So let's get rid of these console logs. Let's see if that cleans it up. Let's just have one more. It's called like let's just make profiles public. Then we're just going to console.log. After 6 seconds. Oh, I need a console log it. Yep, there's a profiler. Obviously, there's a lot of analytics that can go over it, but yeah, I think this is, other than analyzing it, this is all the data collection we need, and it's kind of cool how automatically will, when you call start and stop, it'll tell you if you're doing something wrong in terms of ending, and it'll just automatically create that stack, and it'll actually error for you if you're doing something wrong in multiple ways. I really want this assert to be at the top. I don't know why. I just feel like the smaller and smaller the number you see when you do those asserts, the more and more likely you are to not think it's a bug. So I'm going to mark that as complete. I'm going to add one more thing onto there. Profile analytics. And I almost wonder if that should be left to whoever the developer is, because everyone needs to profile in their own ways. But I'll leave this on here. No, let me take it off. That really should be left up to the developer. They just need the tool to get them going. Oh. Date's not what I want. I need a performance.now. So performance.now is measured in milliseconds, accurate to 5,000ths of a millisecond, so microseconds. So this is probably what I want. Let me see date real quick. I'm pretty sure date's not what I want. I'm pretty sure date is accurate to the second, which is a pretty poor profiler at that point. Date objects are based on the time value that is the number of milliseconds. So it is milliseconds. Let me see this. Ooh. Date.now. How is that different than new date? I bet it's faster. Is there any justification? Okay, we'll go ahead with performance.now. Let's also do the can I use. So it's pretty much supported by everybody. Cool. So let's switch all the new dates. So I'm going to select all this. Oh, that's just those two places in it. So there and there. We're going to change it to performance.now. And let's make sure we don't break it. I need to write something in here. Should we be using? Make sure you wait 6 seconds for a test to complete. There we go. So now we have an end and a start. Oh, I like this. It's not based on a date anymore. It's based on when the web page started. Since the time of origin, which I'm hoping is when beginning of the current document's lifetime. I like that. That's really cool. I do need to change the interface, though. This is no longer a date. It is now a number, I guess. Does this have something else? A double. Is that just a number? Oh, I'm not looking at performance.now anymore. Performance.now returns a DOM high-res timestamp. How about that? DOM high-res timestamp. Or null. Cannot find high-res timestamp. TypeScript DOM high-res timestamp. Let's see if I have a different one. Okay, I'll just declare it myself then. Big deal. So it's going to be export type DOM high res timestamp equals number. We're just doing number. Okay. Object is possibly undefined. Profile is declared but never used. See one more. I mean, this, I guess because the for each is D. I mean, this this says that it has to be something. Because we can't get past this if it is undefined. So I wonder why this is undefined. I think this is pretty clear. Do I have to write it in line? Okay. I think this needs to turn into a reduce. I think that's how we get it out of this closure. How do I write this in a way that is more sound? I do have lots of holes in this. I just immediately want to delete that. I don't like doing this. So I want to iterate over tag stack. Okay. Well, I do want to iterate over tag stack. So this.tagstack.reduce. That seems okay, actually. That is a fairly crazy thing to show. So I'm going to over each tag, and I'm going to, it's going to be each profile and tag. Okay. Return profile. So one of the problems is that this starts with strings. Previous value string. It's not string though. I want it to be undefined or profile. No. Profile or undefined. So we return profile. Yes, because I said it. Oh. God, this would all be so much easier if I just had a root. Otherwise, I have this special case for the head. So it comes in here as undefined. The profiles is this.profiles. It's just an array of profiles. And this comes here and says, hey, I want to find the profile with the specific tag. Here it is. And it's going to return that profile. And it's also going to update profiles to the next one. I'm going to assert that it is not undefined. So the next one comes in, and it's P, which it still thinks is a string, which is ludicrous. Do I have to like... or the other direction maybe? Okay. Yeah, what is P doing? It's the thing I want to pop out here. I'm not really accumulating anything, so I'm just going to give it an underscore. Okay. So I'm not really using it. Okay, so last thing to fix. And then I want to do it down here too. This one will be a lot easier though. Maybe I can learn from this one. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just put that there and just assert that it exists, because I do have this to make sure that that's true. Oh, I doing my check wrong. No, TypeScript still doesn't care. Just assert this will exist here. Otherwise, this will fail. Okay, now let's clean this one up. So profiles, it's going to be const profiles equals this. We're going to reduce it instead. And it will be pt. So this one needs to be profile. Then we're going to return profile.profiles. So we no longer have this closure, which is nice. Let's see what I do. Any type? That's not true. Oh boy. Oh gosh. Let me just copy this. So we don't want to end up with a profile in this case. We want to end up with, oh, we do want to end up with a profile. So I need this assert also. Okay, so we really need to get current profile function. Suddenly, this is exactly the same in both of them, which is nice. Can I say or never? I guess this is kind of implicit because of the asserts. Okay, I like that a lot better. All right, does this still work though? Nope. End called before start. Oh. Doesn't really belong anymore. Profile does not exist. Well, okay. So that would be, let's see, 44. Line 25. Wait, in the start? Okay, so this is called test.js. So that's line 25, start. So start came in and it called line 28. This is not making much sense. Okay, so that's doesn't look like a source map. Okay. So line 28, which it calls as this.start profile. Which in turn calls this.get current profile. Oh. Okay. So it's going to bomb here. This. I don't know, it's going to bomb. What was there? Assert our profile does not exist. Yeah, because I'm trying to create it. Okay, so we're going to take a look at that. Oops. Oops. And let's refresh. Okay, so profile doesn't exist. Profiles is length 0. Tags. Tag stack is empty. Okay. There is no profile in the first one. Okay, so if this.tag stack is greater than 0, run this code. Else run this code. Wow, this refactoring is not going over well. I think I need a root profile. Oops. And it's just going to be a profile. And it's going to be a dummy. Okay, but this should simplify it. Wait, what does it look like? Oh, I see. Okay, so let's go change some things on here. This dot profile is no longer a thing. It is this dot root profile. Okay. So we're going to start at this dot root profile. It's going to be profiles. Profile. Profile. Can I read property push of undefined? Well, I don't need this anymore, actually. I will effectively simplify this. I can get a profile out of there. Okay, so this is coming from I want my source maps. Whatever. Get current profile. Profile does not exist. Oh, it's this. Okay. So this isn't undefined anymore. It's this dot root profile. Which means I'm going to get rid of that. Which means that every time get rid of that, there's no longer an undefined option. So anytime I have a P's come in here, well, P is going to be the profile I'm currently looking at. So this is going to change into p.profiles equals profile. I'm going to assert that it is not undefined. And then we're going to delete this and return profile. Okay. Did that fix it? Don't think I need these anymore. Yeah, and then the test is no longer going to be profile, is going to be root profile. Okay, so we have a root, goes from 0 to 0, that's fine. Profiles, tag, graphics, goes from 268 to 5,272. Cool. And then inside of there, we have another profile. Update sprite goes from 268 to 1,269. Yeah, that sounds cool. It's cool. This gives you a whole timeline. With start and ends like this, we almost don't even need the tree, but you can just flatten it if people want. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So that fixed it. We do have this really bogus root profile now, which is really annoying. It should be, root profile needs to be private. It needs to be hidden. It needs to be something like get data. I don't know. Turn this dot root profile dot profiles. And then he's going to call data. That should still give me the same thing. Well, the one I was expecting from before. It's an array of top levels. Got an array of graphics, profiles. Okay, so let's add. No, I'm much more satisfied with this code now. So we said we get a profile, and then we modify the end, and then we remove it. We get a profile, and then we add something to the profiles of it. When we call start, we just say start profile, and then we add it. And then we say, on end, we say, give me the last tag, make sure it's equal to the one we're looking for, and then end it. Okay. And then am I able to get rid of all my exclamation points now? No. We're saying profile definitely exists. And then we're also verifying it here. Definitely don't need this anymore. I believe this handles it. Because it will be root profile. Let me make sure. So if we have an empty array and we reduce it, it's console.log it. If I have an empty array and I reduce it, I'm just going to say it doesn't matter. Because honestly, it doesn't do anything. Just X. And then we're going to start it with 12. Yep, so 12 comes out. Or actually, we're going to say it's 10. Yeah, so if the array is empty, then we just get whatever we started with. So it'll be root profile. Oh yeah, so those TypeScript errors really got me to write it down to a way that makes a lot more sense. Do I have to do that? No, I don't need to do that. Because we're just absolutely saying that this is absolutely not undefined. This is, okay. Oh, and then I need to write a way to clear this. Clear. It's going to be this dot root profile equals this. And this is going to be, no, let's do 0 to 0. So let's get rid of this. Let's add a constructor. I'm going to call this dot clear. Okay. Oh. No. Get rid of all this. You either create a new profiler for each frame, or you just run with it and keep adding onto your root profile. Okay. Not bad. I can fit it on one screen, which is kind of nice. These probably aren't needed anymore. There we go. A little bit too much abstraction was going on. That looks good. Even better if it's even more on the screen now. I don't think there's any point in this. Let's name this to string, string, string. I'm kind of missing the typing dead already, but just one level of abstraction I don't need. And then let's fix this other linter error while we're at it. I wonder where that's at. Oh, I know it's in graphics actually. Okay, so it's saying texture, and then we'll just say fix me for now. Convert to a non expression. Okay. So I'll get rid of the error. I thought it would get rid of the error. Let's see. Okay, so I got rid of the error. I don't know. It's probably in my it is in my to do. What doesn't I like about my to do? Couldn't I find module remark preset lint recommended? Yeah, because I installed it here. Yeah, check this real quick. There is a remark lint found though. Oh, and it's looking for these. Okay, so if I look at the two that I have, mark lint checkbox content indent, mark preset lint recommended. And the error I'm getting is remark preset lint recommended. I don't see it here. Interesting. It's in my package.json? Yeah, okay, so I need to npm install inside here. Wants me to update npm, huh? I bet the cat's a lot more interesting than outside. Okay, so now, what does it say about my to-do? If I save it. Hey, look at that, 0. Okay, so that was the problem. Let's go check out Git now. Let's just close everything. Let's look at our to-do. Yeah, debug's more or less completed. Unless I can think of something else I want. Those are the main things I want. So let's go look at Git. What all got changed? Let's see what happened to to-do. Yep. Okay, mark those as 2. That's good. Let's see. Add assert. Added profiler. Cool. Graphics. Oh, I got rid of a linter error and then wrote a fix me for it. Cool. Let's see here. I'm testing assert. I'm testing profiler. Cool. What day is today? I can look this up on GitHub. Of Nuthatch. This is day 20. Nice. Commit and push. Starting to think I should push up my lib directory, because then I can just start using this library as a CDN. Yeah, well, we'll stick with NPM. All right, so day 20 is up there. Let's push it. I'll open up for questions. I don't think anyone's watching. Oh, someone is watching. If you have a question about what I'm doing, feel free to ask in the next couple minutes while I'm wrapping up. I'll try to answer anything you ask. All right, so without any questions, thank you for watching. The stream was fun, as usual. Don't forget, for any information about the stream, patreon.com/DannyFritz. If you want to watch these episodes, all the videos get uploaded to YouTube, so you can watch them at any time. They don't have to be live. If you do want to watch them live, you can watch them on both YouTube and Twitch live, and you can chat and interact. If you're interested in the code for this, go ahead and go to github/corvidcoder. And this is where all the code from the stream goes, so Nuthatch is in here. So yeah, if you liked what you're watching, go ahead and click like or subscribe on YouTube or follow on Twitch. And toodaloo.